Good day, everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in. I can't believe we're here with another episode. I think this is episode 14, and today is going to be really interesting. And the reason is I have a very special person to me here, and this is Luca from Marini. He's our supplier. Welcome, Luca.
Thank you, Mike. Pleasure to be here. To be honest, I've been looking at your podcast and all the episodes. You're doing an amazing job, and I'm super excited to be here. Thank you again for having me.
That's very good, man. Thank you I know you're one of our biggest fans so far. And yeah, I'm having a lot of fun doing it. That's the thing. I'm having fun. It's exciting. It's sometimes I'm nervous. Sometimes I'm super happy. It just depends. Like we're trying to do something very genuine here. And I gotta tell you guys, we've been the Marini dealer for the last 4 years now. And for the people that don't know, Marini have a wide range of products. So just to give you an idea, let's look at some numbers, to have a bit of an introduction, right? So who is Marini today? We're talking about 50 years of experience. We're talking about 8 product lines. We're talking about in excess of 65 machine models, which is super impressive. Between the small machines, between the small units and the larger units, they do in excess of 250 machines on average per year, which is super impressive, They are providing equipment all over the world, 50 nations, right? They have about 47 dealers worldwide, so covering the entire world, and 1 branch in Switzerland,
correct,
as well as the main factory and the head office in Italy, which we're going to talk about in a second. And they have about 55 employees. So not a huge company, kind of like a medium sized company, family run. Okay. Luca, give us your ideas, about how it is to run a family business and what implications there are. What the advantages and what, let's say, challenges do we have?
Well, no, thank you, Mike, for the introduction. I mean, I know these are just numbers, but behind these, there is a lot of work, not only from the family, but all the people that works
Absolutely.
in our company. So let's start from the challenges.
Get the best things out of the way.
Deadly. So yeah, definitely. I mean, challenges in terms of running a family company is for sure the fact to address the right specific area for the family. So all the people, like in our case, we are myself, Fabio, my brother, and Walter, my father. I'm involved in the sales mostly, so sales and marketing and interaction with customers and dealers. Fabio is more in the technical department as well as after sales, and Walter is involved in the administration of the company. That being said, we have we definitely have fun. At the same time, we are lucky to have we created this medium-sized company and allow us to concentrate. So each of us actually kind of concentrate in one section of the company, and we can put 100% of ourselves into it. So, but definitely, I mean, in every company, as well as in our family company, we have challenges, we have hard times, we have good times. We have to face problems like everyone. So as far as if you can keep the family close to you, I think that you can cross any problem. We can go over it. We just have to
In the communication is there.
communication, be honest to each other, not hide nothing.
Oh, absolutely. That's paramount.
Absolutely honest, either if it's good or bad. And that's definitely, driving your success is going to drive your success. On the other hand, on the benefit side, definitely it's still going back to kind of the relation that you have with the family. But if you can build up that relation and keep it going and keep it
Alive, yeah.
driving your ideas, helps you to react fast to the market, which today we all know our world, our industry specifically moves so fast
Fast reaction, yeah.
And at this, at the same time, the people, the dealers that we work with, Terraquip, for example, every day, every week, we contact each other, we have discussion, we say, hey, this will be good to have. Or
Are you kidding me? I have you on speed dial.
So that will be amazing, if we can do that, because, that will make the difference in the market. Now, the reality is we actually are in a position to do it, because we can literally, I can call my father, I can call my brother, and you say, oh, hey guys, let's set up a meeting. We go in the conference room, we close the door, we'll sit down, we'll discuss about it. Half an hour later, we come out from there with already an idea, with already a direction where either our people needs to go, our company, and that's how we build the future, and we want to build the future. For group, for sure, it's actually beneficial instead of big, large corporate companies.
Well, you have to go on the channel where and you have to people, multiple approvals.
Our response, you may have to wait 1 week. Yeah. And then, that's basically a really good benefit.
You spoke a little bit earlier about energy, and I got to tell you something. I got to make a confession. I always thought about myself that I'm a very driven, motivated, super high energy person. I can go all day, no problem, every day, 7 days a week. That's until I met Luca. And then I changed my mentality. I mean, this guy, he's a different level. Good on you, Luca. All credit to you. We're, the clients that I take to you, the places where we visit, the energy that you put in and the intensity that you're able to keep up is absolutely impressive. So credit to you. Congratulations on that. What's your secret?
Thank you. Well, too many good words, Mike. No, thank you. Appreciate it. Well, for sure. I mean, the passion is definitely what it drives us every day. I mean, the fact that you wake up early in the morning, you drive to your company, you're there early morning, setting up, your team, talking with your family, because, let's face the fact, we almost see more the people that we work with than our families, to be honest.
Absolutely, yeah.
And definitely, the passion and drives the motivation. When you stop, there are some days where, either late in the evening, you're still at the company, and everything quiet. You kind of have, they're almost dark in the night, and you stop and you just look around and you're like, wow, look at that. This is, we're here, we work, 20 hours a day, but that is the result. And as well as, of course, seeing our dealers being successful with our equipment, seeing our customer being successful with our equipment, that's create that sort of motivation.
Seeing those machines, right, in different parts of the world, on different job sites, you maybe open up your social media and you go oh, that's from California, oh, that's from Sydney, that's from South Africa, whatever. And it gives you pride, right? It gives you a lot of motivation, right?
Not only to us, I mean, again, to all our people, that's
the team, yeah.
That's also we have. Yeah, it's a crazy example. We have a WhatsApp group with all the people, everyone actually that works at Marini inside there. And sometimes, either one of our mechanics go on the job site, take a pictures and just send it on the WhatsApp group, and everyone just see it. And, everyone actually feel that proudness, to be part of it, to have been part of it. So that's really
I love that. Going back to your motto, Marini's logo and motto as well and philosophy, of course, is growing together. Can you tell me a little bit? I mean, it's something that we felt at Terraquip ever since we started together, because it's definitely something we experienced, which is growth. How did you guys come up with that? And can you talk a little bit about that philosophy about growing together?
Well, yeah, this motto was created before my time, from Mr. Marini Giuliano, which was the founder of Marini we founded the company in 1975, and the way that we came up with that motto was related really because of the business at the time. So Marini started really in the quarry division, in the quarry market, in the dimensional stone, so extraction of big blocks from the quarries. And at the time, there were a lot of companies that they were looking into getting in such a business, in such industry. And
they're looking to start up.
Yeah, they were looking to, either buying a deposit, doing soil investigation, check the material of the stone, the feasibility of the fertility, was good stone, not good stone, and stuff like that. So we were involved at the time, which still today we are, but of course technology moved forward. Back in the days, really the experience was, the key point, and we were involved in such requests and in helping those customers. And we came up and said, okay, if we can help those customers to be successful and for them to grow, we're gonna grow together with them. So the mentality of the model, which is completely is working to grow together, is basically let's work together, let's be successful together, and let's grow at the same time together. So that's basically
That's beautiful. Yeah, it's interesting how it goes, because it's the client is successful, then the dealer is going to be successful, then the supplier is going to be successful, right? And everything, all the links in between, whether it's logistics, support, spare parts,
our people, our everyone definitely. So yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So we spoke about the numbers earlier. We're talking about 8 product lines, which is it's fantastic, for a company of 50 people, 50 plus people, to have such a huge range of products, varying from quarry all the way to drilling, micro drilling, piling as well, skid mounted rigs, saws, quarry saws. It's let's talk a little bit about the products. And I think we start here with let's start with our most successful, let's say, model, which is the MR2PN, the skid mounted rigs, and the adjacent products.
So yeah, the MR2PNs is definitely one of the most sold model in the Marini product range.
Same in Australia. We started 4 years ago, and we sold about 40-50 units already. We actually have a little clip here that I wanna play for our viewers, and that's the MR2PN on a job site, slope stabilization job site in New South Wales. If you want to tell us a little bit about the equipment here, Luca.
Yeah, in this video we have the MR2PN actually operating with the EP120 rotary end. Definitely slope stabilization, probably drilling with I will say a 3-inch hammer with a 90mm drill bit. This specific unit and why it's so successful is definitely lightweight, extremely easy to operate, extremely easy to maintain.
If we can say easy about what these guys are doing right now, but easier from the equipment perspective,
there's nothing easy on what to do.
No, it's a really hard.
But no, for sure. Like, and the fact that we introduced that the MR2PN was introduced, I will say probably in the late 90s, probably 98, 97, the first model. Of course, since then the technology and actually the way it's built today is way different. Over the years we went through a lot of updates, a lot of changes, a lot of
refinement. Yeah,
refinement, exactly. But all our equipment, and this is a really big aspect that we always bring back to our company, every equipment that we build, it doesn't comes from 100% from our ideas. It comes from the market, the field, the construction side. So that's why we always have to keep, in mind that the people, the customers, the operators using our equipment are the one that basically experience 100% of it and tell us, oh, okay, why don't we work on this improvement instead of, we're doing something, this thing different. So this is really important because that opened up the window for improvement. And if you're only focusing and you don't want to hear that, then your product and your service, your company is going to become old. So we always have to be open to changes and evaluate and then work.
Listen to the clients. Yeah,
of course.
Okay, so we have the skid mounted rigs. The other part of the Marini product range is the mast attachments, the MRA line, which MR Marini -A stands for attachments.
Yeah.
Okay. You've got a really nice video here that we want to play, and you can let us know what's happening here.
So yeah, the MRA line is composed out of 14 different models. I will say that probably today in the market, Marini is, I will say, the company that provides the most different arrangements, different models of attachments. So we're showing in the video, we're seeing in the video here, excavator attachments. So we cover a really wide range of excavator attachments. So we're starting literally from the 1.5 ton excavators, and we go up to the 50, 60 ton class excavators. And all in between, basically, we have multiple different attachments for different applications,
different diameters and different sizes, different
capabilities, single head, double head,
and different productions, and of course, production rates.
And that actually helped us, but also our dealer and our customer, to basically select the right piece of equipment for the needs. Now, what we know and we learn is that the fact that we work worldwide. So sure, we work really good with Australia with Mike, but we work in many different countries, and that actually drove us to say, okay, we need to give a solution for Australia. So what type of attachments actually are good in Australia? What type of ground they have there? What type of application they do? At the same time, Europe, North America, North of Europe, Africa. So all that actually drove us to develop and present today and have available today in the market 14 different models, and has been a really game changer for us. I mean, the fact that somebody calls you and says, hey, I'm doing this project, I need to do this project, what can you offer me? So having something not ready to go, because every equipment is kind of unique,
for sure, and tailor-made, with different accessories, different heads, and
but the fact to be reactive and literally like in 1 day, in 1.5 days, to either send a 3D design of the mast, all the specification, and here. That's
oh, look, it's incredible, guys. I have to say this, with every single attachment that we sold, and we're still selling. Currently, we have 4 attachments on order, and we're waiting at different times, for them to arrive. But every time we sell an attachment and we price an attachment, it's incredible working with these guys. We give them the project requirements, diameter, depth, type of material, and the sort of jobs that they want to target, the excavator size, and then based on that, they help us find the solution. So they're not just an equipment provider. These guys help our client come up with the right equipment to be basically successful with the project.
100%. And we go back to the same discussion we had before. It's all about being successful at the end of the day. And we don't want to over promise ourselves. Of course, we want to stick with what we're good with. And again,
you mentioned earlier about the multiple types of applications, and types of excavators. I mean, just in this video right here, we've got the spider excavator attachment, which is really, really impressive. Can you tell us a little bit about the spider excavators with the attachments?
Yeah, so more and more what we have seen, back in the years, I will say probably in the last 20 years, spider excavators became pretty much popular, especially in Europe, in the Alps area, France, north of Italy. Well, right now they're actually becoming more and more popular worldwide. We are 4 or 5 manufacturers internationally that produces spider excavators, and of course the demand was, hey, can we go to this steep slope with a spider excavator with a winch connecting on it and a drill mast instead of doing it with a wagon drill or a skid mounted drill?
When was sorry to interrupt, when was the first introduced this idea? How long ago?
I would say probably one of the first attachments for spider excavators we have done was around 2005, 2006.
Oh, so 20 years experience just in spider excavator attachments. That's incredible.
We went through a lot of changes over the years in models.
Right, the trial and error that we spoke about. And what about just normal excavator attachments?
That was early 2000s, so we'll say probably 3-4 years before that, the spiders. We started
30 years experience in mast attachments. That's really impressive, guys. When I gotta tell you a little story here. When we started working with Marini, of course, me being a piling guy, the first product that I choose to represent from Marini and to promote basically was the MRP 350, which was the low headroom, really cool rig, the remote control. A lot of you guys know it. We offer it for rental, for hire to purchase, for sale. And I didn't know much about their mast attachments. They were, when we started, I think there were like 3 or 4 in Australia,
Correct.
but I wasn't really aware of them. And then once we started bringing the first attachment, I could see the difference and I could make the comparison. I mean, we're talking energy chain, fast conversion drifter to downhole hammer, segmental mast, rod carousel on a mast attachment, which is again quite a unique feature. All the incredible stuff. And I realized that I was like, wow, MRP 350 was great, but look at what they have here, you know? So I said, this is definitely something we need to fully explore. And when we started bringing clients in, again, some of the clients, they had no idea that Marini does or who Marini is. And I said, just come and have a look at one. I promise you will leave with one mast attachment after you see the one that you have in stock. Not seeing it in action, just looking at it and seeing it on display is going to be enough for you to be like, okay, this is really impressive. And without just tooting our own horn right now, but that's what had happened with a few clients. They came, they saw it. I was like, wow, okay, I see your point. I see what you mean. And now I'm happy to share that we actually counted the other day. We sold 12 mast attachments, 12 units, and we have another four on order. So that's 16 mast attachments in basically four years.
Yeah, no, I mean, definitely you guys are doing, you and your team are doing an amazing job.
It's a joint effort, guys. It's a good product, you know,
And, you know, based on that, even if, you know, we have 20 or whatever more experience, years of experience in mast attachments, you know, that just, for example, a couple of years ago, we launched the compact line, for example, of mast attachment. That's
continuously improving, right? And this is another thing that I'm going to touch base on it. And I love about Marini is they are so visionary. They constantly have their eyes on the future. They don't stop, you know, because they do say in business, you can't just be like, okay, I'm good here, I'm just going to be flat. You can't be flat. If you're flat, it means you're going down. In business, you're either up or just a little bit up just to maintain. But if you say that you're flat, that you're consistent, that means you're going down.
yeah, correct, for sure.
So, no, it's really impressive. Okay, so we've got the mast attachments. There on the other side, we have complete anchoring rigs, complete micro-drilling rigs. And of course, I'm really proud to say that we sold 2 already of the MRC20, and now we have in stock the MRC35, which we're very proud of. Is the flagship of Marini. We ran a few ads on it, and it just arrived in stock. We'll just have a quick look here on this video. This is at our yard. We're actually doing a presentation for a client here, where the client was literally just jumped on the remote and started playing with it. You can see here Luca very happily presenting. Tell us a little bit about the MRC35, Luca.
Well, the MRC35, we introduced that model in late 2016. And that actually, the first unit was sold in Italy to one of our customers that he was looking for a 6.5 ton class drill rig capable to accept, 3 meters or 10 feet rods. And we wanted to, give a really flexible solution with no limitation when it comes to positioning, when it comes to, limited access. So it took us, a few months to come out with a great design, with a design that, would allow the unit, this 6-ton class unit to work with 3-meter rods, as I was saying, because let's face it, in the market today, especially in this class, it's really
and the 6.5 ton overall weight class, it's a very unique length of mast to be able to fit 3-meter rods.
That is correct. So, and, still, having the power, a 3.5 ton power of extraction force on the mast, having the capability to work with a 188, 230, and up to 330 millimeter double clamp for such a unit, definitely made the difference for us entering, pushing this product in the market. So as of today, we count close to 60 units built, produced, and delivered, and actually working these
60 units. Sorry, just to be clear here, so there's no confusion. Just the
MRC35. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, and so we definitely are proud of this model, and we see a lot of projects being completed. in a successful way. We get good feedbacks from the customers, and we definitely, wanted to enter to push this specific model here in Australia with TerraQuip, because we believe that with this piece of equipment, we can make the difference. Well, not we, but our customers can make the difference. So that's basically the story of how we generated the idea of producing.
Oh, the MRC35, yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. It's definitely a unit that I love. I have a lot of hoping, and I have a lot of pride in the fact that we were able to bring it, because it's a massive investment. I mean, TerraQuip, we're still 10 people. We're not a massive company. We don't have millions of dollars just laying there waiting to be invested. So for us to be able to bring two MR2PNs, a mast attachment, now the MRC35, to have it ready for stock for our clients, whatever they need it, they can just jump on it and get it. That's something that I'm really happy about, that I'm really, really proud. But the dream is, of course, something like this. And we have here the MRC90 in this video. Tell us a little bit about this. First of all, sorry, MRC85. Tell us a little bit about this unit, Luca. This is really impressive. How it can drill and under itself is just incredible.
Yeah, so the long reach, actually, rear rigs have been always one of the most popular rigs for Marini. We introduced this model first back in the days in around 2010, 2009, and it was a specific model built for another manufacturer. And so we were building this model. We're branding it as the name of this other manufacturer, and we were delivering to them, and they were putting it into the market. Fortunately, over the years, basically our ideas, our goals didn't really align. So we don't align. Yeah, we kind of good or bad. I don't know. My opinion is good, because otherwise probably we were not here.
Might be fantastic. Yeah. Not good for them, but actually fantastic for you and for us.
So yeah, we introduced this long reach model. At the time, it was only one.
Yeah.
Today we offer basically the MRC80, MRC85, and MRC90. So 80 and MRC80 and MRC85, both in the 11-ton class units with different features. One, the MRC80 with longer reach but less capabilities in terms of drilling performance. The MRC85, a little bit less reach but beefier mast, more higher torque, larger clamps, with also the capability to have the removable mast. So we do the MRC85A, which we introduced late 2019 for the North American market, where you basically can disconnect the mast and then use the same mast on an excavator.
Oh, excavator is such a cool piece of equipment.
And we wanted to basically give the possibility to, I buy one rig, but I'm not only getting one specific unit, I'm actually getting two units in one. So being able to take that mast, putting on a long reach excavator, use it whenever the reach is really the key.
Get the best of the both worlds. Exactly. Yeah. Sorry, we'll just mention really quickly here, in one of the previous episodes, we spoke about the advantages of having an excavator drilling mast attachment, as well as the advantages of having a complete micro drilling unit, a machine, so an anchoring rig. And if you want to check out this, there's a lot of useful information. We don't have too much time right now to get into those details, but I just want to say, check that video if you can. It's got a lot of useful information about this stuff.
Really good. I remember that one.
You like that episode?
100%.
All right, let's have a look at this video. Here we're drilling with a drifter. Can you talk a little bit about this application, Luca?
Correct. Here is just a self-drilling anchor.
Which country was this?
This is actually in Switzerland. Okay, that's correct. Yeah, that's a company, Steintec, from one of our dealers in Switzerland. They have both an MRC85 and MRC90 in the rental fleet. And I think here, by the looks, it seems like either a T40 or an R38 Autobar.
What about this one right here? What do we have here?
This one here actually is in California, if I remember correctly. The guys that were actually drilling with casing with the larger ID800 rotary end. So also here it shows you the flexibility of the unit, either to, we're drilling with a self-drilling anchor with an R38 drill rod, and then be converted to probably like 219, 8-inch casing,
yeah.
so.
Okay. What about here? It says ID, so it's probably Canada, US, right?
USA, exactly. This one actually was a really good, really nice experience also for us. Our team, Marini team, was actually there. I was there myself, Fabio, and another sales guy, and we were there because IDE hosted actually an event just for Marini equipment, and that was really cool because we had the luck to have available an MRP 400 in CFA. We had an MRC 95 set up. We had either both MRC 85 and MRC 90. So we had about 30 customers that came by, and they could have play with the rig, feel it, test it. So that was a really good event.
Like an open day, which we've been planning for a while and we've been wanting to organize an open day at TerraQuip in Sydney. It's still in the making. It will happen. Obviously, we've been extremely busy, and always there's something to do, like a podcast. But in any case, yeah, we're gonna organize something like this. We're gonna have probably the MR2PNs. We're gonna have a mast attachments. We're gonna have one of the anchoring rigs. I'm not sure which one. And what we want to do is we want to be able to have concrete blocks there. And of course, the whole equipment, compressor rod, for people to be able to jump on the machine and do some test drilling so they can play with. And of course, social event, networking and stuff like that. But we'll keep you posted. That's going to happen. It's in the making.
Work in progress.
All right. I would love to talk a lot more about the anchoring rigs. I think they're an incredible piece of machinery. They offer so many advantages and so much versatility. But we don't have too much time, so let's speak a little bit about still my favorite piece of machinery from Marini, which is I call it my little baby, the MRP 350. And this is a video here where the MRP 350 was actually drilling right in smack bang in the central of Sydney, in Sydney Station, was doing the platform work there, weekend rail shutdown. And the Marini MRP 350 was the only machine in the class in available, that could actually drill in such a small footprint, because it was literally just on the platform, and that diameter. It goes from 2.9 up to 4.6 meter headroom height, telescopic mast. It can drill up to 1.2 meter diameter. The maximum that we ever put on was 900 diameter. That's good, but. And you can see there that the tooth, I'm actually showing the tooth, how badly it got worn.
Yeah.
This was actually a rental with Shorinko, with one of our good clients. You can see there the engine is a Kohler engine.
Yeah, we're really happy. I mean, we have a few of those MRP 350 out in the market now, and we definitely, we like that we're seeing this type of videos for sure, seeing how actually this unit made the job possibly being complete,
Absolutely. Being such an iconic location as well, also, it's what we spoke about earlier. You can see there on the rail doing the work. So the interesting thing with the MRP 350 is not only the footprint, but also the weight, because it packs a lot of weight. You need the weight when you're drilling. Not only that it's got the torque, I mean, to wear those teeth like that, like I was showing in the video, in quite a short amount of time, it's very impressive. It's very capable.
100%. I mean, we designed that unit to be heavy enough to sit on the tool.
Narrow enough, but kind of long.
Exactly. So that's definitely one aspect that you have to consider, especially when it comes to really small and compact piling rig. No matter it's, the amount of torque you have, you can have all the amount of torque you want, but at the end of the day, if you cannot basically apply that weight on the tool,
it's not going to be very effective.
Yeah, exactly. So that's for sure one aspect. And whenever, especially specifically in this class, it's for sure an aspect that you have to consider 100%.
For sure. And then on the piling rig side, on this product range, which is the piling large diameter, Marini has not only the MRP 50, but also the MRP 400, which is a 16.5 ton class machine. We've actually done a full descriptive and comparison episode between our two overlapping models, which is the A45 and the MRP 400. Then we've got the MRP 750, which was just launched at Bauma this year. That's a 27.5-ton class machine. It's a really, really interesting machine. I mean, we offer the A90 as well, which is a traditional, let's say, winchcraft system piling rig. But the MRP 750 has the ability to be converted in microdrilling as well. It's got a microdrilling kit, which you guys recently just sold in UK.
That is correct, yes.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about the versatility of this machine and the, let's say, the multifunction?
Yeah, so when we decided to introduce the MRP 750 in the market, it took us close to 1 year to really design it the way we really wanted. With the aspect to have the chain feed system, the combined winch and chain feed system in the extraction system in CFA, as well as once we design it and we're like, oh, okay, why don't we consider to basically feed a double clamp, a 400 or 500 millimeter double clamp, being able to handle 12, 14-inch hammers, downhole hammers. And
I mean, it's got the power, it's got the stability, it's got the support.
Exactly.
Everything is there. Why not?
So, yeah. So, and on top of that, we run all our electronic system. So our programs and everything, we do it internally. So we do it in-house. So that's allow us to be so flexible and so quick in order to arrange.
That's
so to give you an idea, like literally, like when we said, okay, let's transform, let's get, this MRP 750 with a double clamp setup. And for micro drilling, literally like 1 week later, the engineers were like, oh, okay, we already have the program done, and we didn't even start building the plates for fitting the double clamps. So that's explains how easy we can interact with the equipment and make it really customize the equipment for the customer.
What allows you guys to basically offer that tailor-made solution? Yeah,
that is correct. Yeah,
beautiful. Okay, that's on the piling side of things, and then of course we have the quarry side of the business, which we actually have a cool video. We're going to talk about it in a second. You see there an explosion happening in the...
That's actually a quarry not really far away from Marini. I'll say probably 25 minutes drive up in the Ossola Valley, in the granite quarry. That's the Giraffa HV 360, one of the most sold and iconic drilling equipment that we do for the quarry. To give you an idea, for example, today in the market, Marini is the only one that produces a complete drilling unit, hydraulic drilling unit and crawler drilling unit for the quarry market without using an excavator base. So just to give you an idea on the vision that we have also for their environment, such a machine compared to an excavator mount in the same application, we're actually saving 60 to 70% diesel.
Wow. That's impressive.
That's a huge save, not only, for the money, for the cost and the running cost of the equipment, but for the environment. So we have a lot of customers that, right now, everyone, even us, we installed, solar panels. We were trying to do our best part in order to
minimize the impact
on the and I think moving forward, this is something that definitely needs to be considered when purchasing a drill rig.
That's fantastic. And in terms of the equipment on the quarry side of the business, when did you guys start this? How long ago?
On the quarry side?
Yeah.
Well, the quarry side was the bread and butter of Marini Giuliano. He introduced the first drilling unit. There was a really small pneumatic. It was called spherical a cilindro. A cilindro means feed cylinder. So it was an air-powered cylinder, actually controlling the feed of this little unit. And that was actually a block cutter, is called. So drilling multiple holes, 25, 28 millimeter diameter, all next to each other, and then basically in the quarry, and they were actually blasting that portion of the block out from the main bench. And back in the days, we had Marini was literally had his own production plant, let's call it. It was the backyard of his house. So starting from really zero, he had his own very humble little car with a small trailer. He was actually traveling Europe, literally with this piece of equipment. Just, he was seeing, on the map and going and seeing where, let's stop by, let's show this piece of equipment. So everything started from there. And still today, I mean, we are one of the leaders, I will say, in the quarry sector. We worked with many different countries, from wire saw, drilling, all accessories. We have customers, and we still have ongoing projects right now, specifically right now, with 3 new quarries being open, where we supply the complete kit. We supply the drilling equipment, the cutting equipment, all accessories, compressors, generators, spare parts kit. So the whole package, the whole package. Plus we always provide technical assistance. So we send either one of our guys, or we work with partners where you can get one person locally to start up and guide, let's say, the customer team to be successful for 1, 2, 3 months, whatever is needed, basically, to train them.
So the company was started in 1975. That's basically 50 years ago. So with this, I wanna share with you guys this really cool video from the recent celebration. It happened it happened this year.
This year in May.
And this video is also gonna show not only about, of course, the 50-year celebration, but I think it's gonna emphasize a little bit on the whole Marini culture, company culture. Let's have a look. That's a really huge cake. So basically the entire factory was there.
Yeah, we set up the factory. We set up the factory actually to accommodate all the people. We had over 220 people. So we invited not only the person that are currently working at the factory. We invited all the people that they worked at Marini
and retired
from them, or either left or with their families. So we wanted to do it, to celebrate a milestone, not only, not for us, like not for the entire family, because the reality is we arrived to this point because of all of the people that put their effort in every day. Yeah, every day they put something in this. And I mean, the event was spectacular. Like we enjoyed it so much. And we already had requests to do it again next year, but I said no way.
I mean, it's a huge effort. Put all the machines aside and all the equipment and all the tools to free up. I mean, it's a huge effort.
Yeah.
I can't even begin to imagine what you went through that time. But that's you guys. This is what I was talking about. The extremely high energy on these people. Not only him, but his brother as well. His team. His father too. They always have something going on, expanding, building the offices, expanding helping the dealers, traveling to Australia, visiting clients. It's incredible. You guys have always have something going on.
100%. And if we don't have it, we create it.
Yeah, you just create it. You find something to do. All right, that's really good. Look, a bit more. Let's say something on your side, a bit more personal. What advice, I guess, would you give to a small family business run or a medium-sized family run business? What advice would you give to someone based on your experience, based on what you've seen? Maybe something that you would have done differently.
I will say, not to be repetitive, but motivation for sure. So never lose really your motivation in the goal that you set in your career, and always work in the direction where you want to be, where your company wants to be. So again, there's gonna be good times, bad times, hard times. There's gonna be times that probably you're like it's not going to work. Like, but at the end of the day, you just have to stop, think about it. Don't overreact. Don't act too fast, and then go over it. Now, I think, if we work in the right way, you always will be surrounded by people that understands you, and we're going to be definitely open to help you.
All the same page with you, yeah.
And on my end, learning from the people that had the experience, because let's look at the fact, like in 2008, for example, we went through a big crisis, worldwide crisis, and I wasn't there. I wasn't in Marini. I wasn't actually working at the time, but I always hear like, oh, that times, literally. And my dad, Walter, is like, I remember those times, and we kept the doors closed for 1 week. We had no work. We had no work for people. Right.
Scary.
And that was right at the time when, for example, I'll give you an example. 2008, fortunately, Marini Giuliano passed away. So we had that big transaction with the company, and literally like 6 months later, the big crisis. So, and that was a really, really hard time.
That was double hit
for the company, but no, I mean, at the end, we got back up even stronger.
Yeah.
We came out stronger than then, because of multiple reasons. But the reality is, don't lose the energy, and believe in what you do. So that's definitely something that could make the difference in the long term.
This is a really interesting one right now. I didn't really have this plan to talk about this, but this hits home quite a lot, because so you talk about like having that motivation, right? So let's just say you go to, I have an example here. You go to work, and you've got your plan for today. Let's say I've got 2 meetings, I've got some work in the office, then I got to go and, help some guys. I have a meeting with the guys, whatever, and then you receive some sort of, let's say mid-morning, you receive some bad news, right? That kind of like puts you down, but the trick is not to let that thing, get you down. You have to continue with the same amount of motivation and energy, probably even more. All the things that you had planned there, maybe they're not related, right? But let's just say something happens. You've lost a client, or you've lost a sale that you really thought, or a contract gets canceled. Anything can happen, right? There's a million. Business life is full of traps everywhere. You have to be so resilient, and not let that put you down, and just continue with the same energy, the same motivation. Be like, that's fine. We understand. That's what happened. All good. But I have to continue. I have this plan, and then you just keep going. And the same, I mean, we're talking here about like 2 really big hits, the owner passing away, and then, the big global financial crisis, which some people say that we're heading that way. They've been talking for the last 10 years, I remember when I started 7 years ago, some, let's say, positive people, they were like, oh, he's so stupid to start TerraQuip now, it's such a bad time, So, but yeah, the bottom line is you can't let negativity get the better of you, and you have to keep on pushing, you have to keep on going, and be optimistic until there's nothing left, right? It's like in tennis, I always say that tennis is so much like business sometimes. Like they got nothing to do with each other, but there's so many similarities.
100%.
Because in tennis, it doesn't matter the score until the game is finished. So in business would mean like complete bankruptcy. You can't stop. You have to keep on going, and there's always the next ball. There's always the next.
Yeah, that is true. 100%.
The next game, the next set, and so on and so forth. Now, Luca, what about the future? What have you guys got? You've always got your eyes on something in terms of equipment. What have you got? Something interesting you are looking at, that you guys are considering, that maybe you're designing right now?
So because we don't have enough models, more than 65. No, I'm joking. Like, well, not really joking. It's true, but but we like the challenge. We like the fact that again, we listen a lot. Our customers, our dealers, and we kind of want to follow the market. That's the example. The example is like in 2019 we started producing the MRP line equipment, also the piling rigs. So yes, today, every year, literally, we try to come up with a a brand new model. That shows also the fact that we are a company that keeps investing, not only
Keeps on researching. Yeah.
researching, investing. We just, for example, we just finished our expansion for the brand new product line. We are currently right now rebuilding all the offices, adding actually new positions for the technical, for new engineers and stuff like that. So for sure next year and I think we're actually planning on displaying a new model of micro drilling rig at Geofluid 2026 in September. Actually, for beginning of October, sorry. So
September was the last one.
September was the last one. Yeah, they always change kind of September, October. So definitely something is going to happen there. And then I will say that on the piling side, we are not finished yet in terms of, innovation and introduction of new models. So we have a little bit of discussion going on internally. So let's keep it quiet for the moment, but...
Well, this is definitely the place to keep it quiet. No, that's very good. Thank you so much. We're going to end by showing a video. We spoke about the factory. You spoke about the expansion. This was a video that was actually done this year at the Marini factory. I just want to end our episode today with this video. Of course, I want to thank you so much for all your support, not only for coming here, but for all your support, throughout the years. We're definitely looking forward to the next, not 4 years, but 40 years. I'm going to be 81 at that time.
You still have a lot of energy anyway.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'll die to read this.
Thank you, Mike, a lot for the invitation, for having me here, for setting everything up. Super happy. And again, we look forward our continued growth because we work to grow together, and that's the key.
Okay. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Keep looking at our page. We're going to come up with new episodes all the time. We have a lot more guests coming in. Thank you for watching, and just remember, if it's not turning, you're not earning.
Marini's product lines are designed to meet a wide range of needs, such as slope stabilization, skid-mounted units, and drilling mast attachments. We also produce crawler drilling rigs for anchoring and micro-piles projects with an operating weight of up to 24 tons, compact LDP and CFA piling rigs, pneumatic and hydraulic equipment for quarries, including machines for diamond wire cutting. Through a qualified commercial network of over 40 active dealers and agents worldwide, we are constantly ready to assist customers with machine selection, training, and support. After-sales attention is one of our company's strengths, as we believe our commitment should not end with the delivery of the product. With a 1,000 square meter warehouse, the company can quickly fulfill spare parts requests and build new machines, ensuring prompt availability and high-quality service. With an automated spare parts storage system that has significantly sped up response times and internal production. Marini is composed of a young, versatile and dynamic team that believes in innovation and approaches every challenge with enthusiasm, contributing to the company's growth. We place special emphasis on training our staff and partners worldwide. This not only helps the end customer increase their familiarity with the machinery, but also allows the company to improve in all aspects, maintaining high quality and reliability in its products and services. Over the last 50 years of experience, Marini has led the industry through growth and unwavering commitment to quality, innovation, and passion for excellence, driving the future with solutions that stand the test of time.